love it. We have 4 of you. Good morning. We're going to wake up. Here we go.
Neto Reverend Jeffrey Ryan, we here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living acknowledge that we gather on the ancestral Gabriel Lino Tongva, Kich, and Luiseño peoples. We commit to live in right relations, to love our neighbors, to seek justice and loving kindness, and to walk humbly upon this land. We recognize our oneness so that we may decolonize our minds and set each other free from the pain of racism and violence, to live better as Great Spirit intended, in harmony with nature and with one another. So good morning, Riverside. Good morning. Great to have all of you joining us here in the sanctuary, here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, where? Love lives here, and it's great to see everybody joining us online as well. Good morning, Mom and Dad in Vegas. Good morning to Vicky and Marty. Good morning to Patty Clark. Good morning to Earl and Denise. Great to see you here. Aloha kakahiaka to Wayne. And good morning to Greg and Ray and Karen and Cheryl and Dr. Naima and Beverly. So good morning to one and all. There's Wayne there. All right. Good morning to one and all. Great to have you all joining us here on this cold, wet, rainy, wonderful Southern California liquid sunshine morning. That's what we call it in Hawaii'ne, is liquid sunshine, right? And we call it a blessing. And so we definitely know that this rain is a blessing for those of us who live here in Southern California, because we haven't had a lot of it recently. The dogs this morning are clearly desert dogs. They looked at the rain and were like, So Ed and I laid extra pads around the house because, yeah, no. They were like, I don't think so, Dad. Not going to happen. We're not going out there. I might get wet. And so yeah, but it's a beautiful morning. It's great to be here in community together with one another, to see all of your shiny, bright faces, and just to be present once again in the month of December. So this year we have been working with the theme of living everyday wonder, and we're going to continue to work with that today and a little bit more this month. And then we start a whole brand new year, and so we're going to be talking about that momentarily. And even though it might be a little cool outside, it's warm inside, and if you're not warm, then it's time for you to dance, because I'm now, let's say, glistening. How is that? Glowing and glistening for the holidays. There we are. All right, so let us, if you're willing and able, hey, good morning to John and Lupe Marie, too. Good morning, folks. Good to see you as well. So if you're willing and able to get up and warm yourselves up a little bit by shaking and grooving, let's go ahead and do that, shall we? Here we go.
For this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing day. This healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. This wonderful, wonderful, wonderful friends. My wonderful, wonderful, wonderful friends. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing day. This healing day. Right.
Good morning. I am Dinah Williams, and I am echoing. I kind of like it. I'm not sure I want you to change it, Jason. Oh, hello. I'm one of your spiritual practitioners, licensed spiritual practitioners here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. Ed Ryan and I will be in the prayer room after service. We'll be available for prayer. It's located in the lobby. Please don't leave here with anything on your heart. We would love to pray with you and absolutely know that prayer works. Now, please allow this music to take you into the silence, followed by this morning's invocation.
One people living on one planet, joining in one family. We all are one. One people living on one planet, joining in one family. We all are one. One people living in one planet, joining in one family. We all are one. One people living in one planet, joining in one family. We all are one. We all are one. We all are one. We all are one.
One in this divine presence, this one life, this one love, this one ever-giving, ever-loving, all-knowing presence. It is just this one. I call it spirit, I call it God, I call it love, I call it so many things. It is the light of the world. It is the light that we all are, and we are all one with it. We are the light. We are the love. We are all one with the one. We are made from it. In the beginning, there was just this one, and from it, all was made, and is made, and continues to be made. And in this oneness, in this light, in this love, each of us expresses as light out into the universe. And today I know that this light is moving forward and out and expressing through all that we listen to, all that we hear, all that we know, that we know that we know, is the truth for each and every one of us in this divine meeting today, this divine appointment that we have this morning. All that we need to hear, we hear. All that we need to share, we share. And it is perfect. It is the light of the world. It is the one. And I just let this be so, knowing that it expresses out into the world. And together we say, and so it is.
So it is.
Love is alive in the space between us. Feel that love right now. God speaks out in the words between us. Hear those words right now. I am holy. You are holy. There is beauty between us. Spirit shines in the light between us. See that light right now. Peace is born in the good between us. Be that peace right now. I am holy. You are holy. There is beauty between us. Oh, between us. Faith is the bond that we share between us. Hold that faith right now. Truth is the life in the breath between us. Live that truth right now. We are holy. 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 Love is alive in the space between us. 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 Between us. Between us.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jabel. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you so much. Lovely, 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 lovely. So good morning, Corey and Amber and Amber and Amber and Amber again and Maria Sneed, and good morning to Beth. Great to have all of you joining us this morning as well. So just breathing in that beautiful song of Between Us and recognizing that we are holy, and each one of us gathered here this day is holy, and our community is a holy spiritual community of beloveds who gather each week to support one another. And what do we gather to support one another in? We have our focus statement, which we're going to share together in a minute, but today and this month, we are focused on the idea of community. So how about we say use C's this morning to share our focus statement together, right? So, all right, so what kind of C's shall we use? Connection, conviction, compassion, creativity, charisma, cuteness. Cuteness. Any others? Cheerfulness, maybe? It's not a hard C, but, it works. It's a ch, right? All right. So, let's say our focus statement together. Here we go. We embolden people to live their highest potential through the transformative power of love. Now, let me hear you say it with conviction. Let's go. Here we go. We embolden people to live their highest potential through the transformative power of love. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Oh, and Beth says confirming. Yes, there we go. Great. Another C word for us. So here at Centers for Spiritual Living Worldwide, we have been working with a theme this year of living everyday wonder. And we have been exploring this theme through various aspects of our lives, through 11 different aspects of our lives. And this month, we are focused on the aspect of community. And I've got little itty-bitty things up here that I'm stepping on and rolling across the floor. So if I Scooby-Doo up here, just come save me. So. Or laugh. Yeah, or laugh. That works too. So we've been working with this theme, and this month we are working with the theme of community. And today I chose the title, Together We Rise, because this month I've really been thinking about how we show up as a community for one another and how we show up in the community out in the world. So let's talk about community for a little bit. Right? So, what is the power of community? Not a rhetorical question. What is the power of community? Folks online? Support. What else? What else is the power of community? What? Cooperation, connection, love, collaboration, more C's. Commitment, caring. Wow, lots of C's, right? That's really, the power of community. When we come together in community, a special spiritual community, then what we're doing is we're saying, yes, we're committing to one another to help each other grow, to help each other expand, to help each other deepen in our spiritual evolvement and our spiritual evolution, if you will, through practicing together, through studying together, through loving each other, through connecting with one another, perhaps over coffee and snackies later on, through our small groups that we offer classes and workshops and all kinds of opportunities, fun activities like the Spirit of Art auction that we had earlier this year, or our 80th anniversary that we just celebrated. We have all kinds of ways of gathering together in community, and we have ways of gathering together in community and going out and serving our larger community, yes, and sharing our love, sharing our presence, sharing who we are out into the larger world the way we are doing with Sylvia's Serenity Home, and the children and the women that find shelter there, as they escape from domestic violence situations and other situations that have caused them to have to leave home for whatever reason. And they are finding a home, they're finding a community there. So our community is helping another community of women and children find safety and security, find a place to call home, find a place to connect with one another. This is the power of community, right? And there is the African proverb that if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. You go together as a community. Because if you think of just even one strand of, like one string, one thin string, well, that string might be tough, it might be a little tough, but you can easily break it, right? But if you wind strings together, you form a rope, which has much greater strength, yes? Or if you weave strings together, you weave threads. If you weave threads together, right? If you're weaving threads together, you create a fabric, you create a tapestry, you create strength in community that helps bolster one another. It is the strings working together. It is the people working together to create a community, to create a fabric that supports and bolsters the community itself. Yes? So coming together in community offers us the opportunity as well that if we are coming, as we did earlier this week on Wednesday and then again yesterday, if we are coming together in sorrow or sadness, then when we come together and share that with one another and share it in community, then the community can work together and be stronger together to support one another, to support its members, to support its friends, to support its family. It can support. And then the burden, the weight, the struggle is less, would you say? Has that been your experience? It's certainly been mine. There have been times this year that I've struggled. This year we've been working with that theme of living everyday wonder and looking for the wonder in the everyday moment, looking for the wonder in the beautiful tree outside, looking for the wonder in the rain, looking for the blessings, experiencing the wonder, experiencing the joy, experiencing the miracles, or what we would call normicals. When we're living in alignment, they become normicals. They don't seem so strange and what have you, but yet we sometimes forget the miraculous is happening all the time. When we see a flower bloom, the twinkle of a light, the full moon, we can see the miraculous in all of it if we're paying attention. But sometimes it's hard to see the miraculous. Sometimes it's hard to see the normal, if you will. And it's in those times, rather than withdrawing from community, rather than wanting to sit at home and watch reruns of NCIS, as wonderful as that might be, it is in those times when struggle is greatest or pain is hardest or sharpest or what have you. It is precisely those times that instead of withdrawing from community, we have the opportunity to lean into community, to really step in and lean in and be supported. I know some of us have that feeling that we're always having to take care of somebody else, and so letting somebody take care of us can sometimes feel like, oh, I don't want to be a burden, or, oh, I don't want to be needy, or, oh, then that shows a sign of weakness. No, beloveds, that is a sign of strength. And I know of that which I speak. I was trying to do it on my own earlier this year, and I couldn't anymore. I couldn't anymore. I took the 6 weeks off. I took the vacation. partly because I needed a vacation, and partly because my beloveds around me said, you need to take the vacation. And I said, okay, and I surrendered. And I came back, rested to a certain degree, and I came back realizing that I need to lean into my community. I need to lean into my spiritual community. I need to lean into my friends. I need to lean into the practitioners. I need to lean into everybody who's in service, because this community, as we've been saying since I first arrived here almost 5 years ago, is our community. It's not Reverend Jeffrey's community. It's our community. And I had begun to forget that. I began an old pattern of taking on a lot of responsibility that was established very early in childhood. And when I woke up and realized, wait a minute, this is, no, I did not want this. I did not sign up for this. When we started talking, 5 years ago, it's just like, it's ours, it's not mine. And yet, I've made it about myself. At least the way I show up. And what I feel I need to take on. No. So I failed to keep a commitment with myself. I failed to keep the commitment to myself to do things differently, to do things more broadly, to do things and be supported, to be really vulnerable and allow others to step in and step up. So no more. I am still here. I'm not going anywhere. But I am allowing, encouraging, wanting, begging, pleading, whatever you want to call it, needing all of us to step up. Because together we rise. There can't be just one pulling or one pushing or a small group, as Jeannie mentioned in her practitioner perspective this month, of a small group pushing or pulling or moving and trying to make things happen and trying to create the community. We, beloveds, we create the community. And I get to remind myself of that fact too, that it's we, not me, it's we. We get to create community. I get to allow myself to be supported in what supports me too. If I am part of this community, if I'm part of the hour, then it's an opportunity for me to lean in and allow the community to support me as well in my times of need and my times of struggle. And as we know that there's only one, so if it's true of me, it's true of each of you here today too, and each of you online, and each of you who is part of Riverside Center for Spiritual Living in any shape, manner, or form. This is an opportunity, beloveds, to lean into the community, to lean in. Say, hey, Mike, I need some help. You want to go get coffee? Hey, Dorcel, let's go have a donut. Whatever, right? To lean in and say, hi. And conversely, we have the other end of things too. It doesn't always have to be when we're struggling, right? But when we're struggling, then the community helps lift each one up. Agreed? Yes. So when the community lifts each one up, and when we have joys, which we do often too, when we have joys, the community is also the place to share the joys. Because what happens when we share our joy? It multiplies, it expands, it grows. So when it's a burden, then it's diffused and distributed, right? So that it's eased. But yet when it's joy, it's magnified, it's glorified, it's praised, it's raised. It's magnificent. So when I see Sally walk through the door in the morning, dancing and smiling and singing, her joy is infectious. I sit up here and I'm just like, yay, Sally's here, right on. Today is a good day. When each of you walk through the door, I'm excited to see you walk through the door because today is a good day. My community is here. My people are here. The joy is present. The love is present. And I know you feel that too. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be online. You wouldn't be in the room. You feel it. We share our joys. That's part of what makes being together in community after service in the social hall so much fun. We have the opportunity to talk with each other, to share with one another, to get to know each other better, to share our joys, to ask for assistance if we need it. Right? It's fantastic to be in community together. So this year, as I mentioned, we have been working with Living Everyday Wonder. And at the beginning of the year, you received this Living Everyday Wonder wheel, the Wheel of Life tool. And I asked you just to take a brief assessment of where you were in your life back in January, in each area of your life that we've worked with for the year. And so you have the opportunity to put a dot on each line there with the furthest dot out is like, woo, I'm having a great life in this area. This area of my life is freaking fantastic. It is so good. And if the point was a little bit closer to the center of the wheel, it's like, this is an area of my life that, like, you know, could need a little more attention or a little more love, a little more awareness, a little more mindfulness, perhaps, a little more focus, a little area that I want to work on. And then I asked you to plot, to draw a circle and connect the dots, like the old connect the dots, right? And then I invited you to look at it and I was like, okay, so how well does your wheel roll? Does it go ka-thump, 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 ka-thump? Or does it roll, rolling, right? How does it roll, right? So hopefully, after 12 months, essentially, of working with Living Everyday Wonder and applying the tools and the techniques and the spiritual practices that we've been sharing with you every week, and for those of you who are in the men's group or the women's group and other small groups who've been working with the discussion questions, or the journal prompts, if you want to look at them as journal prompts, who've been working with those, perhaps you've also discovered new things through that as well. So if you've been applying the tools and you have been working with any of the questions, hopefully, over the course of this year, you've been able to live Everyday Wonder a little bit more. And you've been able to share it in community. So what I would invite you to do is today's tool, go ahead and mark today's tool, then go back to the one from January, because I know you have it. Yes, I know you have it. Except for 2 people who weren't here at the beginning of the year. So this can be your baseline, okay? So, because we'll do it again next year. So this will be your baseline. So go ahead and plot where you are. And then what I want you to do is I want you to go home and I want you to look. I want you to compare. I want you to see how you've grown, because I know, beloveds, you have grown. You are different today than you were almost 12 months ago. Your life has changed. You have evolved. Just by being in the presence of the community and participating at whatever level you have been participating in, I know that there has been movement, there has been shift, there has been growth. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. And so I want to share with you that coming up in 2023, the theme that we're going to use in 2023, that we're going to explore in 2023, is this one. Riverside Thrive. Live your best life. Riverside Thrive. Live your best life. Woohoo! Yes. All right. Dinah's excited about it? Yes. All right. So in Riverside Thrive, Live Your Best Life, we're going to build upon what we've been doing this year with Living Everyday Wonder, looking at how we've been applying wonder and exploration in direct practical application of spiritual principles and tools. We're going to build upon that, and we're going to go deeper. Because I don't know about you, but I'm kind of tired of surviving. Are you tired of surviving? Would you like to thrive instead? Yes, yes. Even if you feel like you're thriving, would you like to thrive more? Because you can still thrive more. There's no limit to thriving. Would you like to thrive more? Yes. Would you like to live your best life? Rather than just, okay, well, I'm living an okay life. I'm living a mediocre life. I'm living a good life. Would you like to live your best life? Yes. All right. Fantastic. So we are together as a community. We are going to be exploring living your best life, or live your best life. So I promised you a preview in the email that went out this week. So one of the areas that we're going to be looking at is living into your vision. We talk about vision here a lot, especially me, because, I'm the chair of the visioning team. But we talk about living into so this year, what I'm going to share with you, this coming year, what I'm going to share with you is part of the techniques and technology that I've created in addition to or above and beyond straight up visioning. We've introduced you to visioning. You have an idea that, Spirit has a high idea for your life, and then we can ask what must be released, what must be embraced, is there anything else to be known, and then we can take action, right? But that question is how to take action there has been a piece that's been missing for a while. And so over the past few years, I've been working to create a technology, to create a way, to create a technique to be able to really move from vision into living it. Living the action, aligning yourself with the action. So I'm going to share that with you in the coming year. And I guarantee you're going to thrive as a result. No money back, though. So if you apply it, you can't help but thrive it. Okay? We're also going to look at what it means to live above the line. That every moment of every day and all of our interactions, we have the choice, we have the power to either operate what's called above the line or operate below the line. Operating above the line leads to greater prosperity, greater joy, greater happiness, greater peace, greater love. Living below the line leads to greater misery, more anger, more yucky, more bleh. So where do you want to live? Above or below the line? Above the line, right? So we're going to talk about how to live above the line. There's 15 different lessons there in how to live above the line. And then we're going to move into thriving in freedom. Sound good too, right? Thriving, yes? All right. We have classes coming up in spring, in winter and spring. We'll be looking at living beyond limits. So that's the Beyond Limits class that has been shifted a little bit. So we're looking at living beyond limits. Yes, we have boundaries and limitations that are helpful, but there are so many boundaries and limitations that we have that we've set upon ourselves that keep us small. To keep us like, I don't want to be big. I don't want to play large. I don't want that in my life, right? I say I want it, but I don't, right? So this living beyond limits will be the first class that we offer, and then we're going to follow that up with living your word. In other words, we're going to share with you the technology of how to really speak your word. In other words, what we say here is affirmative prayer, spiritual mind treatment, to really use that methodical form of prayer that we teach to speak your word, to live your word, to live into it, and watch the changes, watch what happens through that. And then we have walking the roads to truth, which Dinah's going to be teaching in summer. It'll be walking the roads to truth, where you'll have the opportunity to look back at the history of what we call this New Thought movement and how the history of the New Thought movement evolved and how it continues to inform and continues to evolve here and now. Because when we know where we came from, then it is easier to see where we're going or how we got to where we are so that we can then make better choices as to how we're moving forward. So these are all opportunities that are coming up. But first, in January, we have a workshop that Jeannie is sponsoring called The Little Prince. Learnings from the Little Prince, or lessons from the Little Prince that she's bringing to us in January, which will be a fantastic opportunity to take that beautiful children's story and really apply the metaphysical teachings or the metaphysical experiences and expressions in that book, and then really begin to apply it to your life. The other thing we have coming up in January, as you know, that we are partners with Blackfulness, which is a mindfulness app that was created by and for Black folks with the idea of inclusion as well. So we have the two creators of the Blackfulness app. They will be here at the end of January to share mindfulness, and for our leadership the day before, Saturday the day before, they're going to be doing a leadership workshop leading change through mindfulness. So that'll be available to the leadership of the community, and then the next day, Reverend Sonia Russell will be here speaking, and then they will do a wonderful workshop for us. So we have this great opportunity to lean in together, to learn together, to express together, to see and to grow together, and to thrive together, and to live our best life yet. Because what I know is that when each one of us begins living our better life, our best life, as each one begins to make the shifts and the changes of living your better and best life, your highest potential, when each one of us does that, then the whole community begins to do that as well. Each one of us serves as an inspiration, but each one of us begins to lift each other up in this. So it's time, Riverside. We've been surviving for a really long time. And then when I arrived, we stabilized, and we moved forward a little bit. And I kind of feel like it's time for the next big leap. How about you? Yeah, I think it's time for our next big leap. So that's why we're focused this year, this coming year, 2023, Riverside Thrive, live your best life. Let's hear it. Riverside Thrive, live your best life. Amen. Feels so good. I am so excited. And I wanted to share this with you now because I know that we are in the season of giving. I know that we are in this holiday season. And I know you're like, wait a minute, it's not even Christmas yet. Do we have to talk about next year? Yeah, we got to talk about next year. Because next year is just a couple weeks away, too. And it's so exciting. It's so exciting. So I wanted to bring this joy, this togetherness, the Together We Rise to you today with this new theme today so that you can begin to incorporate it into your holiday celebrations this year, however you're celebrating. Because it is absolutely powerful to be together in community. And so I know, my beloveds, that as we continue to say yes to each other, as we continue to say yes to the community, together we rise. And so I invite our beloveds I invite our core council and our practitioners to please stand and surround the sanctuary as our band makes their way up. And Casey, that means you and Coco too. It's so wonderful to have Casey Wilson with us, practitioner Casey Wilson with us. She usually joins us online from Hawaii or from Oregon, depending on where she is in the world. And so it's so great to have her home here in Riverside this Sunday as well. So welcome home, Casey. All right, so let's come together in consciousness, come together in that affirmative prayer, that spiritual mind treatment that I just spoke of, that spiritual tool that we know works when we work it. And so we gather here this day, and we open up recognizing that there is just the one power, the one presence, the one infinite eternal that is all, through all, as all. It is spirit, it is joy, it is love, it is abundance. It withholds nothing. Nothing was ever withheld. It's always ever giving of itself. It is the ever givingness of spirit that Ernest Holmes called love. So we know that nothing is ever withheld, that it is perpetually creating, it is eternally abundant, it is eternally giving of itself generously as love, as life, as joy, as peace, as harmony, as comfort, as compassion, as itself. And it being all that there is, I recognize that I am one with it, that I am inseparable from it. That right where I am, the power and the presence of love is, the power and presence of life is, the power and the presence of joy is, the power and the presence of abundance is. Therefore, I know that I must thrive. There is nothing standing, there is nothing being withheld from me that would keep me from my good, my highest good. And as I know that this is true of me, I know that this is true of this beloved community, of each one gathered here this day, of each one who has ever walked through these doors, and of all those living beyond these walls, no matter where they are in the universe. Each one is the power and the presence of the divine. Each one is love made manifest. Each one is joy and abundance made manifest. And nothing is ever withheld. Good is always available. And so I speak my word here and now for this beloved community, recognizing that we come together. Together we rise into our greater expression. Together we rise into our greater yet to be. Together we rise in community, in that common unity, the one unity that is life, that is love, that is spirit itself. We rise together and we begin to live our best life now. We don't have to wait for it. We don't have to think that it happens later or in some other time, in some other space, in some other dimension. It happens right now. It's available right now. Our best life is available to us right here and right now. Because there is only one now, there is only one moment, and that is the eternal now, the eternal present. There is no past, there is no future, there is the eternal present now. And so I know that it is done now. We live our best lives now. In this moment, in the absolute perfection and completeness and wholeness of this moment, we live our best lives. And so we awake and we open and we avail ourselves to the consciousness that is. And this moment leads to the next and the next and the next. Know how glorious and magnificent it is to be in community together, to share together in this truth, in this knowing. I simply let it be, releasing this word into the law, assured of its completion. And together we affirm, and so it is.
Together we rise as the sun lights up the sky, opening our hearts the Spirit of love inside. Together we rise, God flows through you and I. Together one in spirit, we rise, we rise. In times of trouble, we seek the Spirit of God within. Receptive to our calling, we love our neighbors as our friends. Relaxing in the knowing God's grace, it never ends. We gather as one people, and with joyful hearts we sing. Together we rise as the sun lights up the sky, opening our hearts to the Spirit of love inside. Together we rise, God flows through you and I. Together in spirit we rise, we rise. As we stay in gratitude, we let Spirit lead the way. Listening to the still small voice, it's always there to say. Trusting God with all your heart, the path ahead is clear. We unite together, and there's nothing for us to fear. Put your hands together. Together we rise as the sun lights up the sky, opening our hearts to the Spirit of love inside. Together we rise, God flows through you and I. Together in spirit we rise, we rise. Together we rise as the sun lights up the sky, opening our hearts to the Spirit of love inside. Together we rise, God flows through you and I. Together one in spirit, we rise, we rise. Together one in spirit, we rise, we rise.
It is so good to have Jeff home with us this week, these past couple weeks. Love you, love you. And that song was written by Justin Vogel, a practitioner at Center for Spiritual Living Greater Las Vegas, and the musical director there. And Ed and I graduated from practitioner training with him, so we know Justin very, very well, actually. And so it's great that he wrote that song for that community. And I asked him, it's like, you know, we're going to talk about this week. Can we have it too? He's like, sure, bro, here you go. So, yeah, so anyway, so thank you, Justin, for that, and thank you, Jeff, for doing that amazing job on Justin's song. So fantastic. All right, so our beloveds who are in service are going to come forward, and as they do, I invite you to take out that which you're choosing to contribute this morning. And collecting on behalf of the congregation this morning are Ken Ennison, one of our core council members, and Cindy Lampert. And then receiving on behalf of the congregation is my hubby, Ed Ryan. There you are. So, practitioner Ed Ryan. So, I invite you to take out that which you're choosing to contribute. The easiest way to contribute is, of course, to contribute online, or to contribute via text to give at 94. Yeah, let's try that again. Contribute via text to give at 951-419-5858. Simply type in the amount and hit send. It's just like texting a friend, because that is exactly what you're doing. You're texting your beloved community that is gathered here or gathered online there. Another easy way to contribute is to go to the website, riversidecsl.org, and then in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see the word contribute, go ahead and click that and you can contribute there. Or if you are here in the room, you can do it the analog way and drop something in the basket. That works as well. So I invite you to place that, what you're choosing to contribute, over your heart space, and let's say this affirmation together. I give and receive freely and generously. With an open heart and an open mind, the universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed, and so it is.
I'm grateful for the love that you rain down on me. Oh, I'm grateful for the love, for the love. Well, I'm grateful for the love that you rain down on me. Oh, I'm grateful for the love, for the love. Well, I'm grateful for the bounty that you rain down on me. Oh, I'm grateful for the bounty, for the bounty. Oh, I'm grateful for the bounty that you rain down on me. Oh, I'm grateful for the bounty, for the bounty. Oh, I'm grateful for the blessing that you rain down on me. Oh, I'm grateful for the blessing, for the blessing. Oh, I'm grateful for the blessing that you rain down on me. Oh, I'm grateful for the blessing, for the blessing. Oh, I'm grateful for the love that you rain down on me. Oh, I'm grateful for the love, for the love. Well, I'm grateful for the love that you rain down on me. Oh, I'm grateful for the love, for the love.
Woohoo. All right, so a few announcements before we go across the hall to the social hall and have snackies and coffee. And I want to thank Shawnee and Ben and Paul, I think that's it, for the new decorations that we have hanging from the ceiling in Johnson Hall in the social hall. We have new drapes and we also have new lights in there, so check it out when you go across. It is so pretty in there. I mean, it was looking great anyway, but it's even greater now, so super beautiful. But a few announcements before we do that. Shell. There we go. So, on your way in, if you were here in the room, as our wish list on it, and then there's the right here too. So the wish list is one other that you can support your community, our community. Each item purchased off the wish list then frees us up. It reduces operation costs and it frees us up to really do our work out into the world and, live our mission of emboldening people to live their highest potential. So things on the wish list that might still be there, I don't know. Trash bags. Woohoo! It's got to go, right? Paper, because even though we're not printing bulletins, we still have paper that we still need. So there's all kinds of stuff on the wish list, ranging in all kinds of different prices, price points and everything, but each one of those really helps reduce prices here at the center. You would not believe how much toilet paper we go through, people. It costs money. We need help. If you want toilet paper, it's a good thing to have, right? Yeah, all right. So, think about the wish list. So there's that wish list. Then, Ode to Joy. Did I take out Sylvia? I did take out Sylvia. Oh, okay. All right, sorry. All right, so Ode to Joy is our holiday season, our holiday celebration next Sunday, December 18th, here in the sanctuary at 10 a.m. And so we are going to have phenomenal music from our band. Phenomenal music. as usual. And then we will have some inspired readings of Ernest Holmes and Howard Thurman and a few others to put us in that holiday mood. And so it is Ode to Joy. There's going to be lots of opportunities for us to sing along and have a really great time together. And then at the very end, we'll do our annual candle lighting. So you want to make sure that you're here for candle lighting and Ode to Joy holiday celebration next week at 10. Okay. Now we're talking about Sylvia. So Sylvia's Serenity Home, again, is the home that we've been supporting the women and children of. And we received this week, the home is now full, and so we received this week 4 additional women and 5 additional children that need Secret Santas. So please make sure that you see Leslie in the lobby to get your Secret Santa, you get your child or the woman, so that we can make sure that we are providing them a beautiful Christmas this year. And remember to bring back all of your gifts next week Sunday, wrapped, labeled, and bundled, so that we can make it easy for Santa to deliver all of those goodies to the families at Sylvia's on the 24th, right? So we really, really appreciate all of your work and all of your support and all of your love that you've been sharing with Sylvia's families this entire year. So just wanted to make that clear. And then on Monday of next week, on Monday the 19th, our friend, our community member, James Woods, also known as That Yoga Dude, that's his business, That Yoga Dude, is leading us in chair yoga on the 19th. So the Monday before the big weekend of holidays, this will be the perfect time to just like relax in a chair and breathe and do some yoga stretching, and he's going to ease us into that week. And then on the 21st, we have our winter solstice celebration, which will be in Johnson Hall, and Raven's Call and Shawnee Beeman, one of our practitioners, will be leading a beautiful winter solstice celebration on Wednesday, December 21st at 6:30. And then on Christmas morning, I will be here in my fuzzy jammies and my fuzzy slippers, and you are invited to join me on the 25th at 11 special time, and we will only be here in the sanctuary. We will not be live streaming that day. We'll only be in the sanctuary for a cozy little Christmas. So bring your jammies, bring a snacky to share if you want to bring Christmas cookies, bring a gift to exchange. You may have gotten something that morning that's like, oh no, I need to re-gift this lickety-split. Go ahead and bring that as well. So we're going to have a cozy little Christmas here. We'll set up little chairs and stuff here in the sanctuary because this is too pretty not to enjoy for the day. So cozy Christmas at 11 a.m. And then on New Year's Day, we have our annual White Stone ceremony that will also be at 11, special time at 11, and that will be here at the center as well. There will not be any live streaming that day either. So if you want to participate in the White Stone ceremony, be here at 11. And then Casey, if you'd like to go ahead and come on over here for a moment. Casey is the executive director of Camp Cedar Ridge, which Centers for Spiritual Living purchased. You can use the mic. The Centers for Spiritual Living purchased earlier this year. Casey was here in Riverside, and she was a practitioner with us here, and then she took a job with Centers for Spiritual Living, and then now she is the executive director of Camp Cedar Ridge, which this community donated $8,500 to the purchase of that, and our tiny little community outgave some of the biggest centers in the movement.
A whole lot of centers.
A lot of centers in the movement.
Yep.
So, congratulations to our community. And I want to let Casey just give you a quick update about Camp Cedar Ridge, what's coming up, and all the exciting good stuff that you're doing up there. Well, you know, not all of it, but
Okay.
you know.
Making sure.
Yeah.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's so wonderful to be here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, my spiritual home, and where I got my practitioner training. And I'm looking out on family members' faces, and it's wonderful to be here. So, Camp Cedar Ridge, we've been 6 months now since the sale has been final. We had our first summer. We were so happy to have Laura from this community here for a lot of the summer volunteering. That was wonderful. And we had our CSL team camp there for the first time again in several years, and that was wonderful. We have already served thousands of people, even in our first 6 months, and so that's really amazing. We're excited for this new year that's coming up. Bookings are coming in so fast. I'm having Michelle knows, who works with me. Michelle is really the backbone of Cedar Ridge. She supports me day in and day out, and for that I'm really, truly grateful. I love you, Michelle. But Michelle and I are having a hard time keeping up with all the inquiries, and so that's a truly wonderful thing. There are lots of ways for folks to get involved. We have volunteer opportunities. We have internships this summer for young people. I say young people because we thought we were doing this for people 18 to 30, but we had a gentleman 64 come and do the internship last summer. So we're not ageist. If you want to come, you're welcome, right? But one of the really exciting things we have coming up is May 19th to the 21st, we're going to do a labyrinth restoration weekend. The CSL teens built a labyrinth at Cedar Ridge in 2004, and it was kind of let go over the years. And so we are inviting CSL folks to come back and spend that weekend and help us restore that in time for the teens this summer to have to be able to utilize that labyrinth. So you're more than welcome to come up and do that. And then one last thing I'm going to mention is that one of the things that people asked us for that we weren't able to do right away is the opportunity to come up and spend an individual retreat, to come up and spend time themselves, praying, just being with themselves or with a couple. And so because of a fundraiser that we did over the summer, and some of you may have been involved with that, the summer movie series, we were able to insulate a couple of cabins, and so we're able to offer folks the opportunity to come up during the winter months and spend time on your own, and so we're really excited about that. It's just a tremendous opportunity that we have as a movement to have this place to utilize. There are so many things that are happening. Spirit is just flowing into the place, and so I hope you'll join that wave of excitement with me and get involved in Camp Cedar Ridge in some way. And I really, really do want to express my deep appreciation for the support from Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, because if you look at Michelle, you look at Laura, you look at the money that you all contributed, you look at what this center has contributed to the teen program over the years. Just Waika was there this summer. And, you know, me, I came from here too. You know? If you look at all of that, really there would not be a Camp Cedar Ridge at this moment without Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Proof of community, and together we rise. Absolutely. All right. Yes. Yep.
So over there, come by and get a little bracelet that says Camp Cedar Ridge, Discover the Good, which is our motto at the
Fabulous. So Casey has bracelets that say Camp Cedar Ridge, Discover the Good, and so we have those available too. And Earl just wanted to mention real quickly, the walkathon is happening, the Martin Luther King walkathon is happening in January 16th, and Shawnee Beeman is one of the honorary chairs. So, all right, I think that's all for now. I think it's time for snacks.
It is. Can I mention real quick?
Yeah. All right.
You guys, I'm going downstairs at 11:30. There's a bunch of families coming to get their trees and their gifts, and I got 100 more gifts donated to us, and I have to wrap them. So if anybody wants to come rap, not sing, not rap, but rap, yeah.
I guess you
If
could
you
rap too if
or
you
you
wanted
could
to rap
rap.
at the same time.
I would
but
love
yeah.
some rappers if you want to come. Thank you so much. And thank you everybody who came last week.
All right, so let's say our affirmation together. Here it goes, nice and easy. I love my community. I invite you to stand and let's say it like we mean it. I love my community. Fabulous. All right, something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called love. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do. I am it. I share it. And I receive it. And I move love forward. Because love lives here. Happy Sunday. Let's sing it.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It's this thing called love. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do. I am it, I share it, receive it, and I move it forward because love lives here. Love lives here.
Sing it with us now, you know it. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. It's this thing called love. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do. I am it, I share it, receive it, and I move it forward because love lives here. Oh, and love lives here. All right, we got another one for you. We know you know it, so please sing along with us. It is a favorite.
Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace where it was meant to be. With God our Creator, we are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me.
Have a great Sunday, you guys. Love you so much. Go have snackies. Love